And at the end, when you're about to escape, your helicopter gets shot down, which isn't cliche at all. But I think you're about to give up hope, and then one of the guys sees the poster of the leader of the rebellious group, and he's like, you know what, I want to kill that guy. And then that becomes the story. You're now trying to kill that guy, which... Anyway, toward the end, you finally get to the guy, and apparently he's willing to stop his whole world domination thing if you kill your partner. Which, I mean, does this guy know you guys, or they never really say anything about it? So after that game was over, I was just like, that's kind of dumb, because you don't even get the 40th day reference until the credits of the game. So a serious game, like Heavy Rain or something like that, has to have a good story for me to like it. But something like Sonic and Mario, I'm not going to expect, an epic storyline. So that's when gameplay, music, and to some extent graphics have an effect on whether a game is good or not to me. I think that about covers everything. Do I like cheese? Yes, I do. I'm not sure what my favorite would be though, but I am quite a fan of cheese. Can I do a backflip? Probably not without breaking my neck. What E3 game am I most excited about? Metal Gear Solid Rising, definitely. It's funny because I wasn't even looking forward to that at all for E3. I wanted Peace Walker to be on the PS3 and Rising just to be a PSP game. But after, like I said in my Silent Hill 2 video, after seeing where you can, slice any way you want and cut through body parts, that shit looks fun. I want to play it. Will I do a Lost Planet 2 playthrough? Probably not. I played the first one a bit, and I've heard that the second one is set up really weird. Like, even on single player, it's set up like an online multiplayer game. Like for single player, you run around with people with fake gamer tags, which I thought was really weird. Am I going to get Dead Rising 2? I'll rent it, definitely. And if it's good, then I'll pick it up. Not sure if I'll record it though. Capcom can be pretty douchey about copyrights, and I still have 2 strikes on my channel, thanks to Darkside Chronicles. It's a total goat fuck my favorite catchphrase? Not really sure if that's my catchphrase or not, but it is definitely my favorite line from Rogue Warrior. Do you like the new changes in Super Mario Crossover? I've really only played with Ryu, so I'm not sure about the other people that have been changed. I'll try out all the other characters eventually. Do I like pie? I do indeed enjoy pie. Will I ever do a Legend of Zelda full run that's not a 3-heart minimal run? Maybe the new one, but I'm not going to go back through Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. That seems kind of redundant. The same with the MGS games. I'm not going to do a full run of them because I've already done speedruns of all of them, so it'd be pretty much the same thing except just with all the cutscenes. Are you in college? Not at the moment. Can I dance? Not really. My favorite Nintendo console? Super Nintendo. Have I seen Trigun? Yeah, that was one of the first animes I saw, probably. One of my favorites, too. It's a shame that it's short. Seems like the best animes are like the 26 episode ones, and then you have shit like go on for 5,000 episodes. Will I do a Link to the Past LP? Maybe. I remember I played through that once, and there's a boss where it's like a big centipede thing, and it can knock you off the edge, and you have to work your way back up to it, and it regains all its health. That was pretty damn annoying, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, I've only played through it once, and I'm not really all that familiar with it, so it's possible at some point. What is my favorite game series? Probably the MGS games. If there is a Heavy Rain 2, will I do a Let's Play of it? Yeah, most likely. I mean, the way the first one ended, it hinted at a sequel with that new guy coming up to Madison at the end. Spoiler alert, I guess, maybe. Do I watch anime? Yeah, I do. I've finished a couple of them here pretty recently, those being Death Note and Clannad, which are pretty opposite of each other. I'd say my favorites are Rurouni Kenshin, Hajime no Ippo, Clannad, Welcome to the NHK, Death Note, of course the classics like Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, Outlaw Star. I'm sure there's other ones too. But yeah, those are my favorites, and I do watch anime from time to time. Do I like ponies? Sure, they're awesome. Pirates or ninjas? Probably ninjas. Pirates are cool too, though. My life outside of YouTube, just mainly, well, a few months back it was, going to college, hanging out with friends, just chilling out, stuff like that. Now it's pretty much the same thing, just no college at the moment. Like I said before, I've been jogging every day again, hanging out with friends, playing games, watching movies, and such. And for anime, I probably have to thank Tyrant a lot for telling me about most of the anime, but I did find Hajime no Ippo. That would be thanks to one of my, friends or subscribers on here. I noticed that they rated a Hajime no Ippo video, so I clicked on it and started watching the series, and it became one of my favorites. What are my favorite websites or people on YouTube? GiantBomb.com. I started watching them also thanks to Tyrant because of their endurance run of Deadly Premonition. I watch Zero Punctuation. As for people on YouTube, there's Over the Gun, Psychedelic Snake, Karugi, Bash, Leisure Suit Gaming. I'm sure there's other people I'm subscribed to as well, but can't think of them at the moment. What consoles do I have? Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, Virtual Boy, GameCube, PS2 and 3, Xbox 360, I think I said Wii, and DS, PSP, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. I think that covers all of them. Which one do I like better between Chrono Trigger or Chrono Cross? I'll have to say Chrono Cross actually, which I'm sure some people are going to be all about, especially OTG if you're watching. But Cross is the one I first played, and I liked the music, and the fighting system was alright if you get used to it. And then after that I played Trigger, which is good too of course, but I'll have to go with Cross. How old am I? 21. I'll be 22. Feels old in April. In your opinion, what is the primary factor in the breakdown in the family unit? It's a pretty serious question. But in psychology class and stuff, we talked about that money is a huge factor. I forgot what the statistic was, but I want to say it's a pretty big amount of divorces that are the result of financial problems. And if it's not financial, it's because one or both of the people get bored with each other and they want something new. But, yeah, I think the more you get used to something, the more routine it becomes. And once that happens, you start to take it for granted and you can even get bored with it. So I think that happens in a lot of relationships. Hope that's what you were asking. What's better between old games or new games? I think the idea of new games can be better. Of course, old games will always be classics, and if shit goes bad, like all this 3D stuff, if all this flops completely, you'll still have all the old games that will still be classics. So it's hard to say which one's better. I think they're both essential. Do I still face hump in PlayStation Home? No, I'll have to say that my face humping days are over. I haven't even been on PS Home in months now. It was kind of cool like once it first started because it was new and everything, but now it's just, meh. What does Right Zack mean on my channel? That's a kind of tribute to Deadly Premonition. The main character is this FBI agent named York, and throughout the whole game he talks to someone who isn't there. So he'll say something and then be like, Right Zack? You'll understand more when I actually do my Let's Play of that, which could be pretty soon, because I did get all the achievements on it and was kind of burned out on it, but I could play through it again. It's not like, a great looking game, and the gameplay isn't completely new or, all that exciting, I guess. but it does have a good story, and it was a game that actually made me care about the characters, which is a kind of rare thing.